I was watching, I believe it was Fox, it might have been CNN, and some good-looking young woman who has sold her soul to the Democratic Party. It was on Hannity, telling Sean Hannity that she would rather be unarmed and have everyone else in the room unarmed if a terrorist came into the room. Bobby Sue, I'm not kidding. Billy Bob, I'm not kidding. She said she would rather be unarmed and she'd rather have everyone else be unarmed and wait for the police. And Sean said, are you out of your mind? I'm trained. I've been carrying most of my life. And I know how to use a gun. You wouldn't rather have me in the room with you? Would you want me in the room, she said? No, because you're a ditz. Because your looks outstrip your intelligence and you've sold your soul. She, with her fancy little lipstick, and she sold her soul, and she knows if I'm going to keep this gig, all right, she's getting money. Do you understand that? If I'm going to keep this gig, I've got to go on TV and make a horse's behind of myself. I've got to say something that every viewer, 90% of the viewers in the world are going to look at it and go, you're joking, right? And then keep listening, going, and she never says, yeah, I'm joking. Okay? It's insane. It's insane. It's evil. I got to go fast because I've got some stuff I want to get through. Inside America, our goal is to first survive, but more importantly, you need to start thinking about a world without the terror of Islam, without the scourge of Islam, okay? Hopefully I'll have more time to talk about it at the end, but our goal is to win, not just to survive. Our goal is to defeat this godless, violent blueprint that has cursed the earth for almost 1,400 years. So, how do we prevail? How do we protect ourselves and how do we prevail? Here's some ideas for you, okay? Number one, I won't number, I'll just talk. Our local law enforcement officials need to monitor the sermons of imams at mosques, okay? Yes, put wiring devices, have plants in there with little recording, I don't care. Don't you understand many terrorist attacks are inspired by the sermons at a mosque, okay? The Muslim terrorist Anwar al-Awlaki, the one that was killed by the U.S. drone strike, he was an imam at the Falls Church Mosque, okay? We used to live around the corner. We'd go by the mosque just outside of Washington, D.C. His sermons were heard by terrorists from the 9/11 massacres. His sermons were heard by Nidal Hassan, the Fort Hood shooter. There were 18 emails back and forth to Hassan. Yeah. Okay, they were inspired in part by his calls to follow Muhammad's examples. Here's something else. We need to deport. Never mind blocking the ones. Trump said, let's block them. No, let's deport to their country of origin every man, woman, and child who comes from a country with a known connection to Islamic terrorism. Okay? Send them back. You know, we've got to remember, the Muslim woman in San Bernardino was here legally. Most of the 9/11 hijackers came to the country legally. The Boston bombers were here legally. It's not about where they come from, it's because they are Muslims and they're following the example of Muhammad, who used terror to convert people. Hopefully next week we'll get into this, but Muhammad actually said that one of the things that differentiated him from all the other prophets was that Allah had given him the use of terror. He knew that he wasn't like other prophets, so he had to make up an excuse. Well, Allah's given me this great privilege of using terror. So we should consider 100% moratorium on immigration from any countries known to harbor, train, arm, equip, or finance jihadists. Basically, this includes all countries with any inkling towards Islamic Sharia law or with a very large Muslim population. Okay? And we have to deny entry into America of so-called refugees from Muslim countries. Okay? It's already been proven that ISIS is currently and has been sending terrorists to Europe and America who are posing as refugees. Some of them are refugees and our heart goes out to them, but we have a duty to protect our citizens. We cannot allow in thousands of Muslims when we know that statistically, some of them who are terrorists who will strike us. And the time may come when we'll have to rescind certain levels of security clearances that granted to Muslims, given what we're dealing with. Did you know that there's over 70 people on a terrorist watch list who somehow got a job inside of Homeland Security? Does that strike anyone besides me as insane? Saudi Arabia, listen to this, the birthplace of Muhammad, the birthplace of Islam, will not take these refugees. Because Saudi official knows that Muslim terrorists are among them who want to overthrow the Saudi government and establish the caliphate. I'll take a break, come right back with some other common sense things we need to do to protect ourselves and to prevail.